through if they think you're hot enough.
So this game so far is pretty cool. You're a fox, and you get to slice things with your sword. Ooh, I would love that. It's got, like, multiple things that you can do. Let's open this up. Also, you can make... Apparently, I have the hero sword that can open those things. Turn it down.
Just agree to disagree, said Ronaldo. No?
I'm not the best at this game, but you know.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lapino. Where had the mad rabbit got to?
It's like a storybook type thing going on with this thing. It's fun. It's super fun. Ultra amazing fun. Also, I haven't been on my channel, so
Ronaldo
that
felt like
contest
he was ready to learn new
about
things. It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
Anyways, so about the contest that I did, the what's it called? The Photoshop contest. I'll announce the winners soon. Jesus Christ, soon. It's not gonna be like today or tomorrow, but it's gonna be soon because I didn't forget about it. I was just not having my computer that time. And I wish I had my computer before so I could actually announce the winners, put the actual art onto it, and then we'd be awesome and cool and stuff. Also, I think 2 people unsubscribed to my channel, so, you know, that's also a thing.
Ronaldo felt a chill run down his back. Or possibly a flea.
Okay.
Do it, said Ronaldo to himself.
I was going to record Battle Block Theater, but then my mom took away my computer,
Dirty and bloody, Ronaldo finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Ronaldo recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter. That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Skyripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power. Skyripper, the transcendent emperor had wrapped an armature around the eye of a god. Bernardo had already let that armature slip away to save Lapino's life. But Skyripper? Lapino's excited. That's an actual thing that we could just go and get. You've been busy. He sure had. Bernardo told him all the things he'd been up to. Soon they got to talking about old times, about wages they'd won and lost, and scrapes they'd barely got out of. It was good to be back with his friend. Bernardo grinned. He had a very good feeling about this. It's beautiful here, thought Bernardo. He was thrilled to be back with his old war buddy. He'd missed the mad rabbit, but something was not quite right.
Better explore this place before I keep going. What is that? I don't know what that is. Why would I jump down it? Here goes nothing. I actually think that was actually for the quest. Music is so ominous.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time. In this chest, there were woodcuts of amazingly beautiful vixens wearing no clothes at all. And something more useful.
Wow. This game... Beautiful vixens had no clothes at all. And something a little more useful. Bernardo felt wrong all over. He could feel an almost palpable sickness in the air. And if the land could have tumors, they would look like these monstrous crystals. The forest was quieter than it had been. There were insects, but few birds, if you didn't count the ravens. Bernardo smelled sick animals and dying ones, but no healthy ones. And getting a bad feeling about this, Bernardo thought. Maybe Lapino was right. Maybe they should have kidnapped Zenobia instead of coming here. Game, stop making me feel bad. you want.
Go back to school, said Renato. In your next life.
It's the peace.
As he held the radiant icosahedron, Renato felt queasy, like dozens of tiny worms were nibbling his insides. It wasn't healthy to be so close to the eye of a god. How could he use it? He could take it to the observatory. The scientists there could tell him how to harness its ancient power. But honestly, Renato ached to get away from it. He brought the core back with him to the Farfarer. But honestly, Renato ached to be rid of it. Tell you what, said Lapino. I'll take it to the observatory. You attack the Imperial Outpost. The Imperial Outpost was a vital communications node. Taking it could shatter the Empire's ability to coordinate. And it would be full of secret plans and maps and maybe even rebel prisoners. It was a good target for a hero like Renato. But what if Lapino got the core and then broke it, or lost it, or worse? Was Renato ready to take that risk? Maybe it was better if he brought the core to the scientists himself.
Lapino seems like a normal dude, and he could probably do it. We're gonna have to go.
Trust me, Renato, you won't regret this. I'll treat the core like it was my own baby daughter. As the Farfarer dived towards the Nexus, Lapino was jumping up and down with excitement. Stop rabbiting around, Renato said. Lapino just stared at him. The moment the ship landed, Lapino leapt off the ship. As Lapino vanished into the wilds of the Nexus, Renato vaguely remembered Lapino had a baby daughter, didn't he? And he told her mother he was going out to get some Easter eggs, and he'd never come back. But Renato was relieved not to carry the core anymore. He was already feeling better. And who knows, maybe this time Lapino would get it right. And if Renato could take the outpost, he'd have access to all the Empire's communications in the sector. Right?
Oh, that's the Skyripper, or not Skyripper, the boat thing that I have.
There was a sign.
Amazing dance.
Take the goat across first.
Take the goat across first. What does that mean? This looks like it's going to lead me all the way to the end. I want to explore a little before I do that.
Who needed bridges anyway?
This entire thing is falling apart. Avoid Warlock fire spell. It will damage everyone in the area once it explodes. It's starting to remind me a lot of what was that one game? The one about the sword and that rabbit dude. I completely forgot what the name was.
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Renato. Renato caught his breath. His joints still hurt, but he couldn't feel the poison in his system anymore. He'd let the armature slip out of his hands to save his friend Lapino. Of course he had to let Lapino take the core. The rebellion needed every man doing his duty. And the rabbit would be no good taking on an Imperial outpost, right? A crafting bench. Renato wondered what he could make with it.
Hold R2 to activate magic sword. Swords consume energy while activated. Switch swords. No, not anymore. Oh geez, that big chest looks really awesome. I want to get it though.
Renato took the outpost with a song in his heart. Soon, he was stuffing his sack with key messages from and to the fleet. One message caught his attention. A high priority order has been given by the Emperor himself to locate something called the Iblis Stone. It was somewhere on a desert island. Renato had a bad feeling about this. Iblis was the name of one of the lost gods. If the Emperor was diverting ravens to search for it, maybe he should try to find it first. Then the Far Speaker Toad chortled a new message. The observatory had been sacked by ravens. Lapino and all the scientists had been taken to the mountains. Why? Why had he trusted Lapino again? And now the Empire had the core. Renato hailed the rebel base to warn them. But their Far Speaker didn't crouch back. Was the base under attack too? Who knew what was going on at the base? But he knew what the ravens would do to Lapino if Renato didn't rescue him fast. What are old friends for, if not to need rescuing every few days?
I'm making...
Renato felt a twinge of doubt. Should he have gone to the base? No. Logically, wherever they'd taken Lapino was probably where they took the core, right? Oh, why couldn't Lapino have just, for once, not got himself captured? Was that too much to ask? He shouldn't be too hard on the rabbit. No, he meant well, and he was insanely brave. You had to admire that.
Narrator makes me doubt every decision that I make.
Thought Renato.
Welcome to the stream,
Renato had learned
buddy.
so much. It was time to turn it into something he could use.
Shh.
There was an engraving. Maximum capacity, 130 people.
I hope it has that thing like in The Walking Dead where it tells you like all the things that you messed up on, like, oh, 50% of the people went with
Where
Lapino,
were they holding
70
Lapino anyway? There was no sign of him or the ravens who captured him. Just rocks and snow and the usual scouts. No sign of the core either. Was this a wild rabbit chase? Oh, trust Lapino to screw up even getting captured. But what was this rebellion for anyway? Well, Lapino was a useless goof. But he was a friend. If friends didn't matter anymore, what was the point of winning this war? Bernardo's paws were getting numb. Calaveras really didn't want company, did he?
Welcome, second person on the stream.
Hi there, 3. It has been a while, wink.
Yes, it has been a very
What
long
else
while
could you
since
hook?
I made one. Since I've made a single video.
Renato thought about the intel he'd gathered from the Outpost. Who would he bring it to? Who even had time to read it? At the end of the mountain path, Renato came to a clearing. There was a campfire, raven feathers, and... oh, Lapino's lucky deck of cards. Well, that wasn't good. Renato hoped Lapino would not try to cheat his captors
Do
at
you
cards.
remember me, buddy?
Ravens were much
I am
better
the
than...
Portuguese guy smile.
Oh yeah, Diogo, what's up, dude?
And they had a very poor sense of humor.
Uh,
Then he saw
You
what
missed
he'd
like
hoped never to
all
see.
of my streams except for this one.
Fresh scraps of rabbit fur. Ragged and bloody, ravens would eat anything. By Grabthar's hammer! Bernardo screamed at the sky. I will avenge you! The rebels had assembled their fleet. Ahead, the clouds were dark with Imperial ships. If he could reach the Emperor before the rest of the rebels did, maybe he could settle this without too much bloodshed. He set sail, and the Farfarer shot forward.
Oh my god, okay, I thought it was gonna give me another choice. I was gonna say, I can't make any choices. Don't put these choices to me, man. Boss is gonna mess all this up. You'll see.
He long time no see. Great that you still remember Wink. I don't know why people can't forget me laugh.
Poor Lapino had never been a great warrior.
Maybe
The mad
because
rabbit was
of
good
the
for a
whole
lark
Yif
and a
thing
laugh.
in that one.
And a pint. The
Lol.
thought of ravens eating him made Renardo furious. The way they were eating up the land. The way the Emperor was eating up the people with his new, bloodthirsty ways. He would make them all pay. Renata felt restless. Maybe he could focus all that energy into something useful.
Left 4 Gaming smile like Left 4 Dead.
Oh my god. Left for Gaming is in this whole furry show.
Where did that go to?
Redoid. Does that mean that I didn't get this? No, I did.
Time to die, he thought. And it was.
My god, okay. They give you so little time to react. Once that wizard thing shows up, I'm gonna... Can't believe it. There we go. Also, blocking it with him doesn't do anything. I thought it did the last time I blocked it.
Don't be shy.
What just happened there? Okay.
Sometimes, Renata really hated inanimate objects.
No, Jesus.
Death to traitors! Caught the ravens.
Hack and slash.
Renato was surprised that he didn't feel more pain. Just a bit dizzy. Ooh. He had given up every objective to save his friend. He had given up the armature, the core, the gem, and even Zenobia. He loved Lapino, he realized. And now the rabbit was gone. A hero looks out for his friends, even when they're gone. He would send Lapino an honor guard of ravens to serve him in the halls of the Valiant. He would avenge him. Renato wondered idly if people who had built these poles had really, really long tentacles. There were stickers all over the platform for really hot lady foxes, with pictures and addresses and everything.
This is the type of world for me. I would love those lady foxes. I got an achievement called Spin to Win.
Have you ever felt you were just going round in circles? Renato felt like that.
Oh god, okay, I'm gonna have to
I
take
still
off the
remember
shield.
that horror comedy stream. It was amazing. 3.
Shield grunts will block. Wait, comedy stream. What are we talking about here? Oh, the one with, okay, yeah. That was funny. Oh, that's how you remove their shield. Just throw one of their friends at them. What if behind this there was a freaking boss battle?
Finally, he reached the Emperor's ship. And there was Lapino, surrounded by ravens. He was alive. They'd eaten some other rabbit. "I'll save you!" he shouted with joy and flung himself at the ravens. "Aw, you shouldn't have," said Lapino when the last raven was down. Renato threw his arms around his best friend. "I had to come. I love you, man. You really, really shouldn't have," said Lapino. And Renato felt a rather sharp pain in his back. As he collapsed, Lapino took the dagger out of Renato's back and wiped it off on Renato's sleeve. "Why, you always have to be the hero. Brave Renato, epic Renato, super sexy Renato, and I'm sick of it.
What the heck?
I loved you." "And you thought I was the idiot," said Lapino as Renato died.
What the?
Okay, that was weird. He could have sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Ubar. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Ubar years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there. Had all those years fighting the Empire been nothing but a vision into the future? A useful vision if it was true. He'd learned something. Lapino was a traitor. Renato had suspected there was something wrong with the Mad Rabbit. But now he knew there was malice behind his goofiness.
What the? So...
He'd made bad choices. But now, when the real battle came, he wouldn't make those choices. He wouldn't make the same mistake twice. The book's pages began to flip backwards, towards the beginning. And he realized that his adventure was just beginning. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Skyripper had surfaced. Or so a scholar in the mountains had told him. Surely the weapon that banished the lost gods could defeat the Emperor. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Skyripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
What? Okay, this is... What? Get Renato.
Every child
Lapino,
knew
man.
about the Skyripper. The Transcendent Emperor had buried its pieces. What could have brought them to light? This Emperor, Isengrim III, had once been kind, but he'd gone mad. And now he was conducting secret, obscene rituals to bring back the lost gods. Had he, somehow, summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the earth? It was more than Renato could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it.
Hey.
That random hay. How you doing, Angel Cakes?
As he set foot on the island, Renato couldn't help feeling a bit curious. Was Lapino still waiting to be rescued? No. He was probably drinking champagne with the ravens. Did ravens drink champagne? Did rabbits? Renato felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it. Why had he chosen the Skyripper? Renato never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Skyripper was a long shot, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
game really
Who
makes
made
you
all these
think.
ore chests anyway? Well, you could have quite a business doing that.
Good job, Josh. Alright, so those eyeballs again. Jesus. Okay.
So this was what it was like to die. Not nearly as much fun as they said. Huh? A lever? That was new. Most people still use doorknobs.
I just got wrecked. So I saved Lapino. Lapino was a traitor. But, okay. There's like a lot of like side missions I could do.
How do you tell if someone's far away? Or just really small?
Jeez, okay. I could hide in that little crevice.
The people who had built this castle, did they even know what monstrous weapon lay hidden within their walls? The Skyripper could destroy anything it touched, or so the legend said. As the Transcendent Emperor had fought the Lost Gods, thousands of thousands had died. But Renato had been through wars. The only merciful war was a short one. He missed his old skills. He welcomed them back like it was at a reunion.
Alright. Nice.
Feels so close to you.
Might be a lot of like Diablo and stuff like that. I probably got 70 dislikes just from that. Pew! Pew pew! I'm a fox that can run and... Actually, he can't jump. No side quests, no nothing. I'd have to devote to it. I can't go to save anyone. What is this? Truth behind the Skyripper shrouded in thick fog. The most believable tale is that the Transcendent Emperor has used the Skyripper to banish Iblis. Then the TE buried the weapon and vanished. Was it self-imposed exile to rid this world of the last divine presence and the price to pay from the tremendous power? Could the Skyripper and Iblis have deeper connection than just a weapon and its victim? My ritual will summon the Iblis stone. perhaps I should worry that it would also cause the Skyripper to... Wait.
Hero Wall. Hero Sword. Ice Wall. Ice Cube.
Oh my god. Okay.
Well, the eyes have had it.
You gotta be joking. How many freaking eyeballs are there? Oh god.
Puzzle. Renato loved puzzles. Except when he couldn't figure them out. On the other hand, if there was a puzzle, it was probably meant to keep people away from something good. See? That wasn't so hard.
I'm getting sick and tired of this narrator. It's got like a multiple ending type thing. Why is that there?
This is why heroes are called dashing, Renato thought. See? Dashing? Get it?
There's the thing.
There it was. Skyripper's Armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Skyripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him.
Okay guys, it's time for you guys to choose up or down. Type in the thingamajig up or down, guys. No, It's their choice, Josh. They choose my fate, either up or down. Either we go for her, or we finally get this piece of the god thing weapon. Which choice, guys? I'm waiting. Here's my phone.
I'll be 15 first places, and I'll be 12 second places. Third places were like 15. Fourth, 1 billion.
I guess I'm gonna have to make the choice then, since no one's even answering. Alright, since you're done with that, hold on. Go get your iPad. Go find it.
I know where it is, but it's a
I guess no one's gonna answer this. Maybe they did. Nope, no one's gonna answer this. I guess it's my job to choose.
It was a no-brainer. He'd sacrificed his old friend Lapino to get the armature. And the armature was useless by itself, only a series of coils and wheels. War demanded sacrifices, and he would make more before the end. He would have to choose the greatest good, no matter how much it cost him. Zenobia. Well, he would see her sooner or later, across a battlefield or a sword's point before all this was over. He was sure of that. The power was in the core. Obviously, he had to get the core.
What does that mean, though? I think Zenobia's like a warrior sorcerer, and she's gonna become evil or something? I don't even know.
He
Let's
looked
try
up at the old
descending
trees
first.
around him. They were so big and so old. They'd been there before he was born, and they'd be there after he'd passed into legend. Was he confronting his own unimportance? What had got into him? He was no philosopher. Anyway, who cares? He was plenty important. He was a hero, and soon he'd prove it. The waterfall was spectacular. Well, you had to enjoy these things as they came. We passed this way but once.
Nice.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
Again? This guy said that already. About the fermenting and stuff. What does that mean, though?
He felt like Tarzan. There were fewer and fewer trees. There were only these huge crystalline growths. Had those been here before? He no longer heard birds except for the feverish cawing of the ravens when they attacked. He couldn't smell the small animals of the forest, the mice and rabbits. Where had they gone? And he was getting hungry too. This was an unhealthy place to be. Can I borrow that?
Wait, was this the chest that was... I can't even remember. What? What was the point of all that then? Oh, there was another entrance thing over here. I need the hero sword.
Sharp?
Slice.
Check. Pointy? Check. Flexible? Check. What else do you need in a sword?
Super easy puzzle completed.
Nice. That could be useful.
Holy cow, I sliced that guy in half. This is not for kids, guys. Well, actually, it wasn't for kids because it said there were naked ladies.
I'm sorry. Was that your shield? The 20-sided core made him feel physically sick. Once he had sneaked into a temple of the dark art, and he hadn't liked what he smelt and saw there. This felt like that. As quick as he could, he wrangled the icosahedron into the armature. The wheels began to spin, then glow. The sick feeling quickly spun away. Now he only felt sad. He had lost good friends for this war apparatus. Maybe Lapino wasn't such a good friend. That made him feel better. He carried his prize back to the Farfarer. Now, he had to make his next move. There was a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really was some sort of super weapon, he could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it.
Okay, hold on.
Of course. If you've just assembled a weapon out of legend that can exile gods from the world, you'd want to have a scientist or two look at it. And even if they disagreed and you had time, you could ask Calaveras himself. Yes, the observatory would be his objective. Why had the parts of the Skyripper only surfaced now, thousands of years after the Transcendent Emperor had dismantled it? The mad Emperor Isengrim had performed terrible, bloodthirsty rituals to invoke the lost gods. Was that why these ancient artifacts were rising out of the ground? How perfect, then, that the Skyripper would reappear to be his destruction. He'd once met a pirate captain. He used hooks to get around his ship. Oh, what was his name again?
¿Dónde vas, Josh? Alright then.
It wasn't his fault. They looked so breakable.
This narrator is really getting on my nerves now. What a great way to die. Ow! That hurt!
Legendary weapon was exactly what the rebellion needed. They were outnumbered. The once kind emperor had become a tyrant. But his ravens stayed loyal, for he fed them his victims, and the other animals were too frightened to rebel. Renato shuddered at what the emperor was trying to do. To bring back the lost gods, the Black Harvest, the Black Sun? No. He would stop that toad, no matter what the risk.
I should have got that before I went up here, you know. But the game loaded way too slowly for me to even notice that I was on this thing. I still wonder why this thing is following me.
Renato had found his game changer. He would ignore all distractions and focus on the Skyripper. Hey! Hey, a workbench! He could try out his new bling.
Killing enemies give you 3% of sword energy back. That's cool. Oh, okay. Ow.
Energy spheres. Easy to dodge, but boy do they sting if you didn't pay attention. Boy,
What is
some
that thing?
people are just liable to explode if you upset them.
When hit or thrown, they will explode after a few seconds. Oh god, okay.
Get over here!
Does his heart like explode or what the heck was that?
No one could beat Renato at hot potato.
No one could beat him at hot potato. That's a lie, I could. I don't think there's anything I can do here.
Renato was thrilled. The scientists seemed to think he'd put the Skyripper together right. But one toad was worried.
Yeah, Skyripper could tear a hole in existence itself.
Why does he sound
There
like
are
freaking Kermit?
invisible strings that tie the universe together. If Skyripper cut one, the hole would widen and widen till our whole existence fell into it.
Another toad sighed.
Irving still believes in string theory. At least go see Calaveras.
Yeah, said the worried toad.
He knows more than anyone else has forgotten about the Transcendent Emperor.
If anyone could tell him how to use this weapon safely, it would be Calaveras. It was he who had told Renato how to find it in the first place. But maybe he had to give up on using it as a weapon. Maybe he had to go to the secret rebel base and ask the generals there what he could do with a weapon that he dared not use. Well, he should have known he'd have to consult Calaveras again. The scientists at the observatory were smart enough. But what did they know of the Transcendent Emperor? He hoped it wouldn't delay him too long. The rebels had scheduled the final battle soon. Every day they delayed risked the exposure of the secret base. And some soldiers were already drifting back to their homes and families. Calaveras would fix the Skyripper for him. And then he would win the final battle.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Maybe it was the cold. But after a few steps, Renado's optimism started to slump. What if Calaveras couldn't help? Did Renado dare use the Skyripper? Oh, he hated that he had chosen this path. It was so much simpler to rescue friends and attack enemies. Even if some of those friends were more trouble than his enemies, some of those enemies had been friends before and might be lovers after. No, okay, it wasn't all that much simpler. No. Physics made his brain hurt. That, at least, he was sure of.
What? So were they like saying that Bernardo is gay in that one ending? I don't even know. I honestly don't care anymore. I just want to beat the different endings.
Tried to focus on the now. The ravens who seemed everywhere all the time. Where did they hatch from? Were there giant raven hatcheries somewhere, or did they have families? He didn't want to think about raven mummies raising their darling raven chicks. Calaveras would help. He would make Renado feel better about using the Skyripper, and then Renado wouldn't have to worry about ravens ever again. Take a leap of faith, said the inscription.
Fire essence. Isn't this the base that was on the other ending that I got? This game is getting a little confusing now.
That was always a rush.
There's a thing I could use with my ice sword. Shink. Nice. I wonder what this is. Where's this even taking me? Alright, what is this? Dear Zenobia, do you remember the expedition that we sent to Beneath the Islands? There's a lot of things here. Wait, but does that mean that we're off the path, or? I don't understand.
Who are these guys? They seem to make everyone else harder to kill. What's there?
Some essence. Critical chance, level 1. More essence. And treasure hunter.
The rebels were counting on Reynardo. He hoped Calaveras knew what he was doing.
Yeah? What happened? Is that the guy?
Calaveras had never let him down.
Yeah, of course I can make it work better.
But when Reynardo explained about the strings, Calaveras grew thoughtful.
Oh, strings, you say? Well, the Arcana do speak of the ties that bind the world.
He drew many intricate symbols in the dirt.
Yeah, so, according to my calculations, each time you fire, I'm afraid there's a 1 in 120 chance you'll destroy the universe.
That's pretty good odds. That's like rolling, what, 21 dice and they all come up 6. What are the odds of that?
What? No! It's more like 2.7 sixes in a row.
Anyway, with those odds, it won't happen if I use it just once.
Yeah, no, that's not right. Each time you use it... Okay, look, just don't use it ever.
All right, I guess. As he sailed away from the mountains, Reynardo could see clouds darkening. Rain? No. Ships. Imperial
So this
ships
whole thing was
swarming thick as bees. This was it. The big battle. They could not afford to lose this one. What if it did not go well? What if he had to use the Skyripper? Could he gamble the universe? On the other hand, what were the odds of rolling 21 sixes in a row?
Okay, that's where I'm gonna end it. So, guys, what do you think about this game? It's pretty cool. I like the different endings, but do you guys want to see it? Because if you guys want to see it, I'll play more of it. if you guys really don't like this game and you're just
The
like,
battle was not going
why doesn't he
spectacularly
talk?
well.
Because like,
What had the
I
rebels
want to
been
hear his
thinking?
beautiful voice.
They'd been thinking he would bring the Skyripper,
Not like any of you
or
actually.
the Infra Stone, or that he'd sideline Zenobia somehow, or turn her. Couldn't he use the Skyripper just once? After all, if chances were 1 in 128, that meant he'd for sure be okay the first time. They'd get worse each time he used it, but the first time would be okay, right? He wasn't sure that it was right. So he didn't fire the Skyripper. He just brought it along, in case.
Alright, so yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and goodbye. I love you guys. Bye-bye.